Okay, so today I was asked to do a review. It's a comparison review, unlike my others. Someone requested that I show the difference between a Proffie lightsaber and the new Xenopixel sabers. So if you want a budget saber, you will go for one of these, which is a Xeno, and it has a new soundboard created by Dark Wolf Sabers, and it comes packed with a ton of new sound fonts, which is pretty cool. The actual board itself is almost half the size of the Proffie board. If I can unscrew the end here, I can reveal everything. So there is your soundboard. It has got a SD microchip in it to power the saber. That is your battery, and on the end is your bass speaker. So this saber, unlike the Proffie, has different ways of controlling it. So it takes some getting used to. Because for a Proffie saber, which is here, to start the music, you double click the button like so. But for a Xenopixel, you don't use the button at all. You just twist, which is a bit different. And if you have the blade pointing down, it cycles backwards through sound fonts as well, which is pretty cool. So I will light up the Xenopixel. So it's a NeoPixel blade. I believe this is a 32-inch blade. So it's one of the shorter ones. It is customizable, so if you hold down the button,
volume low,
you can
mute,
adjust volume,
volume high,
like so. If you hold the button down for 2 flashes,
steady,
you change your blade style. So that's a normal steady blade.
pulse,
This one slightly flickers. I don't know if you'll be able to see the glow on the screen, but it is slightly pulsating.
rainbow blade,
Now this one I don't really like. You can't see it well on camera, but it actually changes nearly every colour of the rainbow, like so.
unstable,
This one is a strobe light. I do not recommend looking at this one for very long, and it is new to the sabers, so I can't look at that. That hurt my
fire
eyes.
blade,
So this is what I use as my unstable blade, and it literally pulsates up the blade, and it looks like a flame. So if I get the Proffie, which is an LS1 with an LS2 control box fitted to be more screen accurate, and if I ignite that, so it's on Luke's setup. So if I scroll back to Kylo's setup, because this is basically on Kylo's setup.
the dark sword,
You had to get rid of.
I'll show you the dark side.
So as you can see, there's not really any difference in terms of brightness. The blades are approximately the same length. Now, more stuff that this saber can do before I get to the Proffie in more detail. This saber has a coupler for a pommel. So if you buy another one or another one like it, you can join them together and create a double-bladed saber. I have another saber upstairs which I can join to this. Unfortunately, it becomes 8 foot long. So I can't use it anywhere yet.
Blaster blade.
So you'll like this. This is pretty cool. This is new to the Xenopixel board. And it's designed to mimic a blaster. So you get no glow when you ignite. You just push the button and it fires a bolt. Which I really like. And depending on what colour your blade is the colour of the bolt.
Ghost blade.
So, ghost blade. Same as the blaster blade. You ignite it, there'll be no light. This will glow when you move. The more you move, the brighter it gets. Which is pretty cool. So this is one of the brand new presets for the startup. And looks pretty cool. It has got a few of them. That one was a bit bright. No, this one's one of my favourites. This works really well with the double-bladed. So this one ignites from the top and bottom and meets in the middle. And when you disengage the saber blade, it will break from the middle, which I really like. That one's just a bit futuristic and it's pretty cool.
Standard blade.
And back to your normal standard blade. Now this has got a few new sound fonts on it compared to the Proffie, which I like. So it literally comes with the standard Proffie fonts and a few goodies. Can't remember who that one is. I believe it's either Luke or Vader. That sounds like Vader. Yeah, that's Vader's.
The greatest teacher, failure is.
So that is Yoda. It sounds really annoying, but as a double-bladed, it does work better because it resonates the sound more.
Rey Skywalker.
So this is one of many Rey fonts they've decided to fit to the Xeno board. And honestly, there's slight differences between them, but other than that, they're roughly the same font. One thing I didn't point out, which you may have noticed, is that the blade colour doesn't change. You can change any sound font to pair with any blade style, any ignition, and any colour. This saber is fully customizable and costs quite a lot less than your cheapest Proffie. So it's a budget saber in a way, and in some respects, it's a lot better. I have a lot more fun with this than I do with this. This is one of your high-end sabers that you can get from the Padawan Outpost. And this one's a lot more fun to use. So this is your control button. That is your charge port. The battery can be removed if you have one of the removable chargers. But other than that, you just plug it in and it uses a USB cable to charge.
Final steps.
So another ray font. So this would normally have a yellow blade.
Luke Skywalker.
There's your Luke font. You can get some effects if you hold the button down and rotate your saber, which is pretty cool.
I'll show you the dark side.
So this is your Kylo Ren font.
People keep telling me they know me.
Another Ray
I'm
font,
afraid no one does.
which is pretty annoying because there are approximately 4 of them.
The dark sword.
So your dark saber sound font. This one's actually not too bad, but getting the blade to look right, it's really difficult. So I aim for the white blade, but the closest you can get is about peach, which is not great. So the next one.
There's a cunning warrior. You were the chosen one! And he was a good friend. You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
So this is the new Obi-Wan sound font that they've created. And if they were to do the Obi-Wan Kenobi saber in a Xenopixel, it would work really well. But I don't think they've done it yet. So you got a clash. Don't know if there's any more. I forgot about this one. This is Darth Maul. But then again, you should know that if you're a fan of Star Wars, just from the music.
Silence!
That one, I don't know.
Your son, he's gone. He was weak and foolish, like his father. So I destroyed him.
So this is your Ben Solo font, I think, because there's a few. Yeah.
People keep telling me they know me.
And again, another Ray
I'm
font,
afraid no one does.
which is the Empress one.
This is just the beginning.
Count Dooku.
General Kenobi!
So this is your Grievous sound font, which isn't too bad, but it's your basic saber sound font.
Darkness.
This one I'm not sure of. So the Proffie has this one, and from the setup I can't work out the saber or who would wield it. But it sounds unstable.
Your destiny lies with me, Skywalker.
So this would be your Graflex Luke saber. See what else we got. I don't know this one. Oh yes, I do. This is from Jedi Fallen Order, the video game. So the selection sound is the holocron opening. Not what I was trying to do.
Never underestimate a droid. Yes, Master.
So this is Leia's saber sound font.
300 years ago, I found your empire in the stars and stood against the Emperor himself. I was betrayed, defeated. I paid the price as the Emperor ravaged my mind over centuries. I gave him nothing. I am proof that the dark side can be resisted.
So this is Darth Revan. And this would be for the purple blade.
The dark side, my master.
So this is Star Killer from Force Unleashed. You do get some effects if you hold the button and twist. Normally there is another one, but it doesn't seem to be doing it. There we go. See what the next one is.
Ascension.
So this is your Luke saber. So this is what would be for this one. So it's your basic smooth sounding saber font.
Every Jedi who ever lived lives in you.
Not quite sure on this one, but it's a cool font to have.
Rey Skywalker.
Another Rey font, and again it'll be like the others, so I'm just going to skip this one.
Final steps.
It does get quite repetitive sometimes, because...
Luke Skywalker.
And I'm back at the beginning. So that is your Xenopixel soundboard and everything you get. If I lay that off to the side, I will pick up the more expensive Proffie. So they use the same blade, so same brightness, whereas that one's customizable. This one's preset, but you can customize it yourself if you take the chip out. Now, for this saber, you probably would have noticed that there is no visible charging port. And that is because they've moved it for this saber and it's internal. So you have to unscrew the bottom. Your charging port is built into the side of the speaker, which is actually pretty cool that they've managed to move it like that. So you get a clean saber chassis. So I'll go ahead and ignite it. So same as the other saber, you get your blast of fire, your lightning block, clash, and I don't know if I can do it, your blade drag, and you get a melt effect which changes colour if you rotate the saber. You get a bundle of preset sound fonts on here. Unfortunately, they're fixed to the blade style, but you can change the colour if you wanted to, which is not bad, but it's the same for every saber you can get unless you change them yourself, so it gets kind of repetitive. Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing, it's just be aware of what you're getting each time you purchase a saber. It will be the same. So this is Ray. Now this sound font has two ways to ignite. I can either flick the saber up and it will ignite immediately, or if I click the button, you get the blue, green, and then burst of yellow, which I will now demonstrate. So flick it up, it goes straight to yellow. I don't know if you're able to see if I click the button. If you watch here, you can only just see it. You get a flash of blue, green, and then it creates the yellow blade. So it's designed to mimic her saber that she had in the final moments of the last film. Dark saber with a stunning white blade, which flickers when you move. It's also the brightest blade for this sound fonts. It's the brightest one. The Luke sound font is the second brightest because the green blades are usually one of the brightest and best.
Ascension.
So this is Ascension. So this is Luke's font. As you can see, that is really bright. So I compare it to a red blade. You can see what looks better. To me, the green blade is brighter. But for what you can see, they're probably about the same. Now you can get the effects from that if you want them. You hold down the button, rotate the saber. So Darth Maul. It's not too bad, but it works best with a double-bladed saber. To be honest, I don't know whose sound font this is. I've heard people say that it's Taran Malikos. I've heard people say that it's Saber Press. But nobody has confirmed it yet as to whose it is, but I know it's one of the two. But it's a nice font to have. So this is your Ben Solo sound font. It's got a nice blue blade.
Empress Palpatine.
I don't know why, but this one glows here when you select it. It's a bit strange, but it's the only one that seems to do it. I don't know if that's an issue with programming or if it's supposed to do that, but it's... I don't know what to say about it, to be honest. It's just a bit unusual. So here's the sound font with the correct blade style. and it is unstable. I don't know if you can see how unstable it is, but you get some more breaks in the blade, as you can see each pulse going up, and then you get the white flash down as you turn it off.
I've become more powerful than any Jedi.
So this is Count Dooku's sound font with a nice red blade. And then when you turn it off, you get a nice little surprise.
Master Yoda. Count Dooku.
Which is a nice little touch.
You are a bold one.
So here is your Grievous sound font. So this is your Darth Vader sound font from Star Wars Rogue One. Now this one doesn't sound quite right, but it's one of the best ones we've got so far.
Darkness.
Right, so this is the one I was mentioning on the Xenopixel. I'm not sure whose it is, but this is the true blade style it's supposed to have, and it acts differently to the others. So it looks like a flame, glows orange at the bottom, red at the top, but if I turn it upside down, it's now only up to here. It acts like a flame and moves. So if I angle it, it travels until you turn it all the way up and it goes back. So it's now here, here, here. It's a bit different, but I like it. See what the next one is?
Your destiny lies with me, Skywalker.
So this is your Luke Skywalker sound font. This is the one where you get all the nice little touches with the voice quotes. This one has the most voice quotes of any sound font on this saber, which is really nice. So you get a nice blue blade. It is bright. Unfortunately, with it being so bright, it does also make any chips or scratches on your blade noticeable. Because I've got one here from smacking something with it. But you have to hit really hard to be able to damage these blades. These are Perspex polycarbonate blade. I believe they're polycarbonate anyway, because they're really tough. So you get your blaster deflection, lightning block, and if you hold the button and twist, you get your voice quotes.
Make me destroy you. I'll never join you. If you only knew the power of the dark side. Don't make me destroy you.
Now it does do them at random, so it could repeat them, but there is about 6 of them.
You've only begun to discover your power. You've only begun to discover
As I said,
your power.
it does repeat sometimes.
You've only begun to discover your power. The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet. I'll never join you. If you only knew the power of the dark side.
See if they will do the final one.
Color wheel activated.
Oh no. So basically what I've just done is activate the colour wheel. The colour wheel will cycle through colours depending on the rotation of your saber. I now have to try and get it back to the blue.
Color selected.
That is as close as I'm going to get it until I play with it again in a bit. It's really annoying and too easy to do. That is literally how you... I don't even know how I managed it with the blade pointing up, to be honest. You have to have the blade pointing down.
I'll never join you if you only knew the power of the dark side.
So if I turn that off. So now that colour is locked to that sound font. And I really didn't want to change the colour because I liked how it was. It is annoying, but you can change it to any colour you want to create your own saber. But I liked that one as it was the preset one.
I'm Cal Kestis.
So this is Cal Kestis. The blade colour is annoying. I do need to change this one. And you will see why. It's a peach blade. So what I do, hold the blade down, like so, and then you can rotate to any colour you want. Now I want a really nice blue for this one. He had a really dark blue in the video game, so I'm going to try and get it to just there.
Color selected.
There we go. So now I've got a nice blue blade on the Cal Kestis font. You do get some pretty strange effects, but it is nice. And if you were to play the music for this font, it plays the video game theme tune, which is pretty cool. So next sound font.
General, for me she is royal.
So this is Leia. So it's not too bad, but it doesn't really work with this hilt. It's designed for Leia's one, which unfortunately is very expensive.
Never fought anyone like me. I am Revan.
So Darth Revan, with the purple blade, which looks more like pink, but yeah. I might try darkening the blade, which will probably go horribly wrong. Next one.
The dark side. My
Starkiller. So again, it has
Come out!
which is basically the only one that this one will do. It will do the ones that the Xenopixel did as well, but it's a bit temperamental for that font.
Spectrum.
Colour spectrum. So this one is like the candy cane one for the Xenopixel. Apart from it goes through the entire colour spectrum at once. It's a bit different. So this is your last sound font for the Proffie. It's called Defiance, and I believe it's supposed to be a Temple Guard saber. I think. It's got a white blade. Not quite sure what that is, but it just did something. So there is your lightning deflect. This one has it in purple.
This is the way.
So this is your battery gauge. So the closer to the tip, the more battery life you've got. So mine's there. It's about halfway down the blade, so it's just over half charged. And then your next one will be the first one in the wheel of fonts, which will be Kylo.
I'll show you the dark side.
Now for this one, it doesn't play music unlike the others do. Instead, you have a space battle. And then your saber blade. So that is literally the differences between these. So these are designed to look like each other. As you can see, not actually all that much difference between them, other than the price. And this one being a lot more customizable than this one. Now, if I didn't know much about these and was starting off getting sabers, I would go straight for this one. This one will cost you, I believe you can get it in the mystery box if you're lucky, which is about £59. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get this in the mystery box because they didn't have it at the time, so I had to buy this outright. And this is approximately £100, this saber. And it's a lot less than that one. I'm not going to tell you how much that one was, but it looks a lot nicer for the price. This one being your budget saber. If I was to pick one that I'd go to every day to spin, it'd be this one, because I'm not afraid of damaging it because it's cheaper to replace. If you want something for cosplay and accurate, get yourself a Proffie. So that is my saber review for today. Thank you for watching, and may the force be with you.